Visionaries paint the canvas of the future with innovation and bold ideas. With this thought, I'm your host, Elvina, on Tender Talks. And today we have a great visionary with us, Colonel Mukherjee, who is in the generations to come and who is going to paint the canvas with beautiful colors. Welcome to our show, Colonel Mukherjee.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Pleasure to be here.
So I was going through your profile, and in that we had leadership mentoring that you do. So I would like to ask you my first question of what is the importance of leadership that individuals should possess within themselves?
Ma'am, I feel having been in the army, I'm a second generation army officer, having grown up in the army, and after having joined NDA and lived through almost 2 decades of army life, I feel that not just in the armed forces, but in all walks of life, in all professions, in all socio-economic groups, leadership is the most important quality, and this is the quality which needs to be refined among every individual. The reason I say this is I believe that a good follower can only be a good leader. So when we talk about leadership, most of the people look at roles which are leadership oriented roles, but I differ from that. I believe that a person who is in a subordinate role or in a subordinate workplace is also a leader of himself or herself. So therefore, I believe that leadership as a facet, it is a all-around personality development issue. And a person who calls himself or herself a good leader or a true leader needs to have a lot of skills, needs to have a lot of know-how, and it is irrespective of the position or in the hierarchy which you hold. So this is my basic fundamental thought about leadership.
All right, that's amazing. So everyone has a leader within, whether they
Yes,
are
ma'am.
actually in leadership roles or no. But the crux is that all of us are leaders from within.
Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned just now about the NDA. So, can you tell us or take us through your life as a cadet and then post as an officer, your journey through it?
Okay, ma'am. I am otherwise a second generation Bombay Sapper officer. So I grew up in the army. I was born in the same unit in which I got commissioned, that is 106 Engineer Regiment. And after 12th, though I had cleared certain exams for engineering, I wanted to join National Defense Academy and follow my father's footsteps. So once I entered NDA, I saw that NDA was exactly what my father had told me. It is a very structured and a very well laid out academy with a beautiful curriculum, which, along with mental strengthening, physical strengthening, with your studies, it also teaches leadership qualities in a very beautiful manner. The fundamental concept of NDA is that there are 6 terms in NDA spread over 3 years. So once you join NDA, you are in the junior most term and you have an overstudy, a third termer who has already spent a year in the academy. And the overstudy is your mentor, what you call in the corporate world. So the overstudy is your mentor. He will teach you the basics of training. He will teach you how to tie your shoelace, how to take a haircut, how to go about your classes, how to ensure that you do well in your physical training activities. After that, slowly and slowly in times to come, as you climb up the term in NDA, you slowly and slowly start getting leadership roles. You become a mentor to your juniors. That teaches you after 1 year of training, when you have your first termers coming in, you feel that they are your younger brothers. And that time, NDA teaches you to be like a senior whom the youngster should, look up to. So that itself gives the cadet a lot of responsibility and inculcates leadership roles. Later on, as you are a senior in your squadron, as you are a fifth termer or a sixth termer, you are made vice captain or captain of various activities, whether it is academics or sports or cross country or even clubs like Camera Club, uh, Dramatics Club. So such kind of leadership roles are given to you. And now the entire squadron, say you are the captain of the football team. So you are supposed to plan, train, select the players for all the across the 5 or the 6 terms which are there in the squadron. So this is the way National Defense Academy teaches leadership qualities. It tells you that once you come, you are a youngster, learn like a sponge, absorb whatever is given to you. As you grow in your terms, start behaving like a senior, start being a soldier whom a junior should look up to. And as you gain absolute leadership position in the hierarchy, you are a sixth termer, be a good senior, be a amiable senior, be a person who can give good knowledge to your juniors, who can organize these squadron activities and lead your squadron ahead. So this, in short, is what I have seen the journey in NDA and how NDA makes leaders out of men.
Right. And your journey as an officer then, after the
So
NDA.
after that, ma'am, once I got commissioned, I opted for parental claim and I got commissioned into my father's unit. And incidentally, ma'am, Operation Parakram was going on. You must be aware when there was a problem with our Western adversary. So I was commissioned into a place where my father fought the 71 war. That is a place called Firozpur. And once I got commissioned, I learned on the job. We had critical activities there. And after that, slowly and slowly in my unit, as I grew, my seniors were there to mentor me. I went for various courses. The army has a beautiful way of training young officers. We go for a young officers course where we learn the nuts and bolts of our own profession. Then we go for various courses. We play a lot of troop games. We go for advanced courses like degree, etc. So as I progressed in my life in the army, in my unit, again the same way like in NDA, when I was a major, I had youngsters who were my junior subalterns. I was their company commander. So I was responsible for grooming them and training them, and I applied the same principle which my father had taught me, which NDA taught me, and I tried my best. And it's a wonderful feeling now when I see these juniors sitting as commanding officers in the unit and speaking to them, I realize that they have turned out to be one of the best officers which we could ever have hoped for.
Great, amazing. So, speaking about a lot of foundational installation that NDA has, and then you pass on the torch to your juniors as your seniors passed it on to you. So, there are a lot of practices that are incorporated for you to become an officer. So, what is one of that practice that you feel has created a positive impact for growth, success, and happiness in your life?
Ma'am, as you were asking this question, my mind went back to the day when I had the interview with my commanding officer, the first commanding officer. He's retired now, Brigadier Deepak Sharma. So not one, but he gave me three golden rules which I have applied, which are practices as you call them. The first rule was he told me that never order your men to do something which you yourself won't want to do or you cannot do. The second thing which he told me was whatever you do, you must try to do better than your men. You cannot be a Hercules. You cannot do everything better than all your troops. But if you put in effort, your troops will see the effort which you have put in and they will respect you and they will follow you for that. And the third principle which he told me, this was not pertaining to troops or command of troops. This was a personal principle and I have followed in totality. He told me to be successful in life, not just in army. He told me that you must be frugal in your spending. Do not overspend, do not show off, and use your money wisely because that will help you in every other facet of life. So these are the three golden principles which he gave me, and I've applied them and I still apply them.
Beautiful. I'm sure this is like the golden ticket to success because whether it is army life or corporate life, these are the principles that everyone should follow, especially where you are delegating. Until and unless you don't know the job, you will not be able to delegate. Because
Yes, ma'am.
even if you delegate, you need to supervise. Till you don't know what shoes you are wearing, you'll not know the path you need to walk. So yes,
Exactly.
these are like the golden ticket rules. I'm so happy you shared it with our audience, and they have a lot of key takeaways from this chat that we are having. So your last message to our viewers who are watching.
My message to the viewers would be, and this is not just a message to the viewers, this is a message which I give myself when I see myself in the mirror every day. And the message is that, like, we just had the Republic Day. We keep, waving the tricolor. We talk about nationality, but do we practice it? So my message to myself, and if the viewers want to take this message home, it would be that be a good citizen, be a good human being, respect the elderly, look after the differently abled citizens in your society. And if you do that, our country and our society will shine. So that is the one.
Thank you so much, Colonel Mukherjee, for being a part of Tender Talks. It was a pleasure having you. And I'm sure we have gained a lot of insights, a lot of encouragement, motivation, and also you have helped us put some parts of the puzzle together for the people who don't know their walk of life as yet. So thank you so
Thank
much for being a part of the show.
My pleasure, ma'am. Thank you.